Before I start this video, just a very quick thank you again to the people who've been watching the videos lately, and to those of you who've been coming back and are now watching all of them. I really do appreciate it. It makes doing this worthwhile. And so all I ask for anyone who is watching, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I hate begging for subscribers. I'm not a good salesman at all. But if you don't ask, a lot of people just don't do it. So I'm just asking if you could, if you like the videos, that's all I need. That's all, the only support I need. Just subscribe and keep watching, and that'd be great. Let's get into the video. And it's all about being a Liverpool fan and what it means. You know, when I see fans of other teams walking around the streets in their colours, their shirts, I always have two thoughts. The first one is, thank God that's not me. And the second one is, I feel a bit sorry for them. Not in the sense of, oh, I feel sorry for you, I hope your team does well. That's not the case at all. Just in the sense of they're not one of us. And they'll never be one of us. And they'll never experience what it's like to be one of us. They don't have that bond with other fans around the world in the same way as we do. They don't have that sense of family that being a Liverpool fan gives you. And they don't have a hymn, an anthem, like You'll Never Walk Alone. That, as I've said before, is much, much more than an anthem. It's a roadmap of how to live your life. And that message is embraced globally by Liverpool fans everywhere. And that anthem not only encourages yourself personally, it's a message of encouragement to everybody else in the bad times, offering people optimism and hope. And we all live and breathe that as Liverpool fans. Now, of course, I'm from Liverpool. So you grow up with that anthem as part of the culture, as part of your DNA. You know, you're brought up from before you can even speak as a Liverpool fan. It's drilled into you. That's what you're going to be. But we have millions of Liverpool fans around the world who've actually got no ties to the city of Liverpool at all. And often they're not even born into a Liverpool supporting family. And they're as diehard as the fans who were born in and around the Merseyside area. So, why is that? To explain it, I thought I'd just take a bit of a step back. It's a fact that success brings along a new generation of fans. A new group of fans who pin their colours to the mast of the team that is successful at the time. That just happens. That's why you see a certain generation of Man United fans. That's why you see a certain smaller generation of Chelsea fans and a few Arsenal fans and more recently Man City fans. You never used to see a Man City shirt anywhere. Now you do. Sometimes. It must be said. But no matter how much a team dominates, eras of success inevitably come to an end. And when that success inevitably ends, so does that source of new fans. Except for one, Liverpool. We went 30 years without a title win. We went through the terrible times of Hicks, Gillette and Hodgson. We almost went into administration, while the other big teams in our division were being successful on the pitch and off it in terms of commercial revenue and winning trophies, winning Premier Leagues. But while they were pulling ahead of us in terms of commercial revenue and trophies, they weren't pulling ahead of us in terms of fan base. Our fan base continued to grow. Even with those 30 years of waiting for the title. Yeah, we won some other trophies, but we didn't win the English League for 30 years. And yet our fan base just kept growing and growing and growing. And there's reasons for that. Because we don't do temporary. We don't do flavour of the month. Once you become a Liverpool fan, that's it. You're not changing allegiances ever. Doesn't happen. We don't move on when the success stops. We're there rallying the team and the club to get the success back. Our loyalty is not tied to the level of success that a team has, like most other clubs are. So in those 30 years, as I said, our fan base just kept going up and up and up. And as a fan living abroad in both the US and Canada, I've been privileged to meet hundreds, thousands even, of Liverpool fans over this side of the pond. And I'm always intrigued, and I often ask Liverpool fans when I get to know them a little bit, how did you become a Liverpool fan? Why did you become a Liverpool fan? And you know, rarely is it ever about success. Rarely is the answer, well, when they won this, because they were winning all this stuff. It's never about that. Rather than success, you hear things like, it's because of the fan base. It's because of the community feel of being a Liverpool fan. It's about being part of this huge, big, global family. And many times I've heard that once they saw the Liverpool fans before a game singing "You'll Never Walk Alone," they've just stood there in awe, watching it, and knowing there was something magic about the club and the bond that the club has with the fans, which I'll talk about in a minute. They've said to me, when you see fans singing a song to their team with such passion, such fervour, and with such undying loyalty to that team, that was it. They've never seen that before, and you don't see it anywhere else with any team. And I've spoken to Liverpool fans globally who've told me that becoming a Liverpool fan can literally change their lives for the better. People who were going through hard times, people who were struggling for one reason or another, they found this club and it gave them a new lease of life. And I know that sounds grandiose, but it's true. Trust me, it's true. Because they found an entire community of support, of like-minded people, compassionate people, caring fans who have since gone on to become lifelong friends. And there are many of them in the Facebook group that I've met simply by being a fan of Liverpool and them being a fan of Liverpool, who are now my mates forever. And I'm sure loads of you out there have got exactly the same stories. And you know what? From not really even taking an interest in football, they find Liverpool, and from then on, they have absolute dedication to the club. They're as diehard as you or I. And there are other things about the club too, such as the global fight for justice for the Hillsborough families. And I do mean the global support. People have rallied together and supported this cause from all over the world over the decades of injustice. And they've fought together. And what other club supporters have ever done something like that or would ever do something like that? It's unique. I believe it's unique. Every year there's a run for the 97, as you know, and it's held in Liverpool. But it's not just held in Liverpool. It's held all over the world. And fans organise themselves and they get t-shirts made and they all gather on the same day at the same time, if time zones permit, to run at the same time as the run is going on in Liverpool. And this isn't organised by Liverpool Football Club. It's not sponsored by anybody. It's just fans doing it because they care and because they're part of this community. When Liverpool play overseas, and I've been to many Liverpool games outside of the UK, it's extraordinary. In every case, no matter who we play, and I've seen us play Man United twice, Man City, Chelsea, and other big European clubs, the Liverpool support is phenomenal. We outnumber the opposing fans at least 70-30. That's the best case, 70-30. I've seen us in stadiums where it's 90% Liverpool fans and 10% the other team. The cities, wherever it's being held, turn into this sea of red. We have fan parks that other teams do not have, which are set up for the day where thousands of Liverpool fans gather. And you know what happens? Some of the fans of the other teams come to them because they don't have one. Because they don't have that culture, they don't have that friendship and bond that Liverpool fans do. because it's unique to us. And of course, we also draw record crowds. Just look at any game, look at any stadium, and look when Liverpool play there, and it becomes the biggest crowd there's ever been for a football game at that stadium, no matter who has played there before. Then there's the turnouts for the victory parades. It was estimated close to 1 million when we last won the Champions League. It's estimated 1.5 million when we just won the Premier League. These are unprecedented numbers by an unprecedented fan base. People flew from all over the world, often taking 2 days each way to get there and back, bringing their families. And in many cases, like the recent one, the parade was shortly after the final league game. And they didn't have tickets for the game. They just took the time and all that expense of flying across the world with their family and hotels and food just to be part of it. And it's unprecedented. Nobody draws 1.5 million people for a trophy parade. It just doesn't happen, except it does happen with us. Then there's the songs. Of course, You'll Never Walk Alone, and that will always be on a pedestal. But there's the feel-good factor of the songs. Egyptian King, the Virgil song, The Best in the World is Bobby Firmino, the Diogo Jota song, the adoption of Ring of Fire and Brown Girl in the Ring, and Salisbury Hill. And then there's Scouser Tommy and the Fields of Anfield Road, Alley, Alley, Alley. His name is Lucho. Luis Garcia, he drinks sangria. There's the humour as well. The unprecedented humour of the songs. Peter Crouch, he's big, he's red, his feet stick out the bed. I've just got to take a sideline for a second, because back in the 70s, the Man United manager, Tommy Docherty, had an affair. Her name was Mary Brown. And I went to the game, Liverpool against Man United, after this news broke. And the cops started singing this Tommy Docherty, Mary Brown song to the tune of Knees Up Mother Brown. I'll let you look it up, because this is a family show. But look it up, because it's absolutely hilarious. And I remember being in hysterics. And Tommy Docherty was sitting in the director's box and he was laughing his head off. He must have been going up through all sorts, but he was laughing so hard because it was so funny. Moving on. There's another thing that makes being a Liverpool fan great, that makes Liverpool Football Club great, and it's that bond between the fans and the club, which is unlike any other in world sport, in any sport. And we just saw it. We just saw it for the tribute to Diogo and Andre, and that incredible moment at the end of the game, which will live forever, when the players looked on in awe, genuinely touched and moved by what they were experiencing. And it was magic. A magic that can only happen between Liverpool fans, Liverpool players and the club. I get once again talking about the global support. My own fan club here, LFC Victoria, Vancouver Island, they've had a scarf in the pub, the Irish Times pub, which is the home of LFC Victoria. And they've had a scarf out where any Liverpool fan can come in and write a message on that scarf. And it's going out, I think it might be today. It is going on a plane to Liverpool, and it's going to be added to all of the other tributes from all around the world to the great Diogo and his brother Andre. Because this is what Liverpool fans do. This is how much it matters. It's how much we care. It's how passionate we are. And it's unique. It's real. It's heartwarming, and it's very, very special. you are part of a unique football club with a unique culture and with a unique fan base who not only support the club and the players, they support each other at all times. And it doesn't matter wherever you're from. Every Liverpool fan is just as important as the next. It doesn't matter what your ethnicity is, your race, your sexual identity, your origin, your background. It doesn't matter what your social status is. We're all equal. We're all just Liverpool fans. Every single one of us just as important and just as essential as the next. And it's that mentality, that culture, that means that over 100 million people, many of who are strangers to each other, consider themselves and are proud to be part of the largest, most unique and greatest football family in the world. And no one else even comes close. You'll never walk alone. See you soon. Ta-ra.